Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name's Ian, I'm Ian the Reader, and today I'm back with a weekly update. What's Up Wednesday episode like 7 or something like that? I don't know. I was doing this weekly before. In July that didn't happen. I had a lot of other videos that I wanted to make, and so it just kind of got put on the back burner. But I think that's fine, to be honest, because updating weekly is cool and all, but I feel like I have less to talk about when I do it every week. So I'm thinking maybe like bi-weekly updates makes a lot more sense. Before we jump into the video, I did just want to take a moment to say thank you so much. I actually just hit 500 subscribers on this channel, which is like mind-blowing to me. I have loved making videos on this channel so much and getting to meet so many new people, and the fact that I hit 500 subscribers already is just like unbelievable to me. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to all of you who have liked videos, who have subscribed, who have commented. I enjoy every single interaction I get to make on this channel. I'm so grateful for all of you. Okay, so first let's talk about the books that I have finished so far this month. So as of right now, it is the 20th of July, and I have finished 12 books, which is pretty great. I don't anticipate finishing that many books in the second half of July. We've only got like 11 days left, but I don't anticipate finishing like a ton more books because I've got some long ones that I'm going to be reading, but 12 books for the first 20 days is pretty dang good if you ask me. Most of those have been indie or self-pub books as well, because I am participating in the Indie Accords readathon. I've been having a blast with that and all of the amazing books that I've been reading with that challenge, but most of those have been indie, not all of them. I don't want to talk about all 12 books that I've finished so far this month because I will have a wrap up at the end of the month talking about everything. So I'll just mention my current 3 favorite books of the month. Those are Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this book was amazing. If you want a fantasy book that is like action-packed but also has really great characters and they all have really wonderful arcs and there's this lore and backstory that's so fascinating, but you don't want to commit to like an 800-page book, this is the book for you, you guys. It is amazing. It's technically a standalone. There are 3 standalones set in this world, so you can read them all or you can just read one. This book is 270-ish pages, so that is freaking short for a fantasy that is like so epic. I had a blast with this book though. I have a review on my Instagram, which I'll link down below. I'm thinking about doing a video review for this one as well though. Let me know if you're interested in a video review of that, or if you would just like to hear my thoughts on Instagram or Goodreads, you can totally check that out down below. But this was amazing and I cannot wait to read more Rob J. Hayes. Another book that I have loved this month is Stones of Light by Zach Argyle. I haven't made a video regarding this series yet because I've now read Voice of War and Stones of Light, 2 out of the 3 books in this trilogy. The 3rd book does come out in August. I haven't made a video, like I said, because I'm trying to figure out like what type of video I want to do. If I want to do like a non-spoiler review for the individual books, or a non-spoiler review for both of them, or like a spoiler discussion for those. I'm just not sure. Part of me wants to wait until the 3rd book is out and I can read it and love it and do like a full non-spoiler, is this series worth your time, which it totally is type of video. But I don't know. So let me know in the comments what type of video you think you would like to see regarding this series. Let me tell you though, this is another one of those fantasy series that is not like too long. I think the audiobooks are like 10 to 12 hours. And they're amazing. They're epic. The magic system is fantastic. The characters are wonderful. It's multi-POV with a lot of really great relationships in these stories, which I absolutely love. And I loved book 2 so much. I really, really, really enjoyed book 1, but book 2 just like upped the ante in every single way. I loved it, and I cannot wait to see how Argyle ends this trilogy next month. As soon as I have that book in my hands, whether he ends up sending me an e-arc like I've requested through his email thing or not, or if I have to wait till release day, either way, as soon as I have this book, I'm gonna be struggling not to read it. And the 3rd 5-star book that I've had so far this month is Black Mouth by Ronald Malfi. This is a horror book that I've been working on for a while. I had been zooming through it at first, but then I put it down because I had a couple other books that I needed to finish and just got put on the back burner. That being said, I did manage to finish it in time for its release date, which was yesterday, so you can totally get this book on Amazon if that interests you. My cat is down here, sorry, that's why I looked down. This is Cricket. She's a little bit crazy, but she's cute. I'm just gonna put her on the table and hope she doesn't mess things up. So yeah, what was I saying? Cricket distracted me, sorry. The Ronald Malfi book is a really great horror book that I really enjoyed. There were some great characters. It's like kind of similar to It in that you have adults coming back to a town that they were children in, and they have like this dark history and past with that, but instead of like a Pennywise monster type figure, you have like a mentor type figure who was like grooming these kids for some terrible things that he ended up trying to get them to do, and it just digs into all of that. I really loved the characters in this. It was definitely very suspenseful. I wouldn't say there were too many moments that were horrifying. There were some, don't get me wrong, but it was very suspenseful if nothing else. I really enjoyed this book, and I cannot wait to get to more Ronald Malfi very, very soon. If you've read any of his works, please tell me where to go from here. I know he has a book called Come With Me that is really popular, but he has like 10 or 12 other books, so I definitely want to dig into his back catalog as well. Okay, so that is it for the books that I have finished reading recently. Like I said, I finished 12 books so far, but I just wanted to highlight a few of my favorites for the month, and I'll talk about the rest in my wrap-up at the end of the month. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what I am currently reading. So my current physical read is Wistful Ascending by J.C.M. Byrne. The author was kind enough to send me a physical copy of his book, and I am loving this so much. I think I'm like 100 pages in, about a third almost of the way into this book, and it is so much fun. So this is about a like superhero, sort of. He was a superhero on Earth for a little bit, but he retired from that and he fought in these wars, but now he just wants a quiet life away from this intergalactic empire, and so he is settled on this ship like settlement. It's kind of like a space station, and he just tows ships in and out by flying over and like carrying them into the space station. But that's the quiet life that he wants, but unfortunately things happen and he cannot quite have that quiet life. They made contact with a new alien species that they had never made contact with before, and so he is sort of like the liaison between the two species, and things definitely are escalating from there. I'm having a blast with this though. It is fun, it is funny. I have chuckled and smiled and enjoyed myself so much with it. I love these characters so far, and I'm really excited to see what happens with this. He's also sending me book 2, and honestly I'm probably gonna have to jump into it real quick after finishing this book. And then the other book that I am currently reading is Speaking Bones by Ken Liu, which I started at the very beginning of the month, but I wanted to get through some of the indie books, so I put it down for a little bit, and I am now getting back into it. I'm enjoying this. It is the final volume of the Dandelion Dynasty. I'm really scared to see where it goes, but it's definitely very, very dense, and because it's the second half of the Veiled Throne, it's kind of taking me a minute to get back into it for some reason. I don't really know why, if it's because we've been away from the characters we're focusing on in this beginning part now when we had left them for like 400 pages before, or what it is. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting back into it, but I know that I'm going to love and appreciate this book so much once I get a little bit deeper into it. So that is why I said I don't necessarily plan on finishing a lot more books in the second half, because the Speaking Bones audiobook is like 42 hours long, so it's gonna take me probably a week at minimum, maybe even longer. With 11 days left in the month, I don't see myself finishing a lot of other audiobooks, and that is where I do most of my reading. So we'll see what happens. I may finish a few more books as well, but I definitely want to finish those 2 at the very least. Now let's talk about the books that I've acquired. So like I said in my last weekly update, I don't want to feature this too often because I feel like it just encourages me to buy more books and add more to my TBR, but I have been going on a self-pub and indie craze, like mad purchasing left and right frenzy this month. Part of it's because I got some gift cards for my birthday, but I also just am discovering so many great books through the Indie Accords readathon, so I have bought a lot of them. I'm not going to feature all of them because I am going to do a book haul at some point, but the 2 most recent books that I have gotten are The Legend of Blackjack by A.R. Witham. He was so kind as to send me this copy. It is signed, it has a little personal note as well. I've been hearing so many good things about this book from Andrew, and Patrick really enjoyed it as well. I just heard that it is like whimsical, but like action-packed and fun, and I am just so pumped to get to this book. If I don't manage to fit this in this month, it's definitely happening in August. And then I did also just purchase A Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill, or Cahill, I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but it's one of those. I've heard it both ways. But this is one of the 2 books that my family book club is reading for Q3, so I had to go ahead and buy a physical copy of this. I've heard this is like Aragon for adults, and it's supposed to be amazing and epic and only gets better after book 1, so pumped to be reading this self-pub book. And that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you have been reading and enjoying this month. Like I said, it has been a month of discovery for me. There are so many new authors and books that I am excited to get into. A lot of self-pub and a lot of indie have been added to my TBR for the rest of the year and the rest of time, so I'm very excited about that, but I would love to have more book recommendations. So like I said, let me know in the comments what you are enjoying this month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!